ensure everyone to come in, please. Bapi, can we close this door and yeah. May I ask everyone to take their seats, please? पुलिस बोलते, कुछ इसको इंडो जर्मन बोलते, कुछ इंडो ग्लोबल बोलते, कुछ इंडो ग्लोबल सोशल सर्विस सोसाइटी बोलते, जिस नाम से भी जाना जाए। I think many of us here consider it as a second family, isn't it? Yes. So, today is the day to celebrate this milestone together. ये जो एक IGSS जो एक स्पेस है वो स्पेस है जहाँ ड्रीम्स हम हमारे पास एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है ड्रीम्स को रियलिटी में कन्वर्ट करने का एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है एक एस्पिरेशन है उनके पास एक स्पेस है उनके पास पहुंचने का जिनके पास कोई भी नहीं पहुंच पा रहा है टुडे इज द डे and also in IGSSS actually every day is a celebration of hope, celebration of life, celebration of the spirit of humanity. And indeed, that's why we named this today's celebration as the celebrating 60 years of the spirit of humanity. And it's a moment to acknowledge the support, acknowledge the contribution of everyone who is present here, and also a moment for recommitment to move forward. So let's start the celebration. Yes? So before we start, I would like to welcome on stage our President, Ms. Shanti Sundaram. Please. Our Vice President, Dr. Cherian Joseph. Our Chief Guest, Dr. Rajesh Tandon. And our Executive Director, Mr. John Peter Nelson.
साथियों कार्यक्रम किसी भी कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत जैसे कि हम लोग दीप प्रज्वलन से करते हैं तो मंच पर उपस्थित हमारे सम्माननीय गण के अलावा मैं इंदु प्रकाश सर को भी बुलाना चाहूँगा कि वो आए दीप प्रज्वलित के लिए और वेरोनिका मैम जो एक्स स्टाफ हैं IGSS वो भी प्लीज़ आए
वेरोनिका
लाइटिंग द लैम्प और जमीला जी जो कश्मीर से हैं वो भी प्लीज़ आएँ
Executive Director of IGSS, and myself, a warm welcome to all of you. Swagatam, Namaskar, Namaskaram, and I think in Tamil they say Nalvaravu. So I decided to try and say this at least in these many languages which one can manage, because we represent here such a vastly divergent, multilingual crowd. And it's only fair that we learn something more of each other's languages. So that's also part of celebrating humanity. We are gathered here today to celebrate the completion of 60 years of the life of IGSS. The journey began in July 1960 with the setting up of Indo-German social service with 5 staff members in St. Xavier's School in Rajnivas Marg. For those of us who are familiar with Delhi, we know where that is. IGSS was set up with a mandate to work for a humane social order based on truth, justice, freedom. The 60th year fell in 2021, and we were all in the midst of the pandemic. So we could not have events like this. So today, I think at the end of the 63rd year, we're able to come together. And looking back on the 60 years, the roads we have traversed, our experiences, the communities we have worked with, the partnerships we have built, the lessons we have learned, and there are many, many lessons we have learned. Our contribution to change in this vast, beloved country of ours. We felt that this evening we must celebrate the spirit of humanity. And that's what you see on these screens behind me. The spirit of humanity has been our touchstone, and we have received in abundance the empowering and nurturing power of the spirit of humanity as our work took us across this vast country to different communities and groups, to governments and donors, and from those who helped build and shape this institution. For IGSS is a time and a moment to convey also our gratitude to those who made the work of IGSS possible and guided us in countless ways. And there are so many of them. In 60 years, the debt is huge. We're not just grateful. We reaffirm our commitment to work with and work for vulnerable communities for their meaningful and effective participation in the development process and its decision making. So once again, I warmly welcome all of you to this evening's event. Thanks for being here, sir. Thank you so much. And I welcome, I'm sure there are some past members of the general body of IGSS, of the board of IGSS. And I know of at least one ED who's here, executive director, the immediate predecessor of Mr. Nelson, Dr. Sebastian Joseph. And this is what I said, contributions. Dr. Joseph was the one who firmly put IGSS onto the growth path that it treads so confidently today. I know you had difficult days, but we have grown on your back. And of course, Dr. Fabian even earlier on. Thank you so much to both of you. So to all the members of and the present members of the governing board and the general body who are here, thank you very much for being here, for joining us. And the many more online who are probably joining in and listening in. I'm informed that Dr. Ulrich Fuser, Head of Department of the Asia Desk, and Mr. Leno from Israel are here with us online. IGSS conveys its deepest gratitude to Israel, who helped create and launch IGSS, and have been so steadfast in their commitment from 1960, and that is a huge span of time. We are really grateful, and I hope you're listening to us. This organization owes much to Israel. We welcome them very warmly. I think that we some from representatives from funding partners here who are currently funding us. And if any are here, we gladly welcome you. We're happy you're here. We thank you for your invaluable support and for believing in us in these difficult times. We warmly welcome you. To all our IGSS partners and community representatives, आपका बिना हम कुछ भी नहीं हैं. आपके भरोसा, आपके विश्वास हमें यहाँ तक लाए हैं और आपके साथ हम लोग चलेंगे. रास्ते में जरूर कांटे होंगे, ऑब्स्टिकल्स जरूर होंगे, भविष्य आसान नहीं होगा, पर आपके साथ हम चलेंगे. ये विश्वास हम देना चाहते हैं.
beacon of change shines bright. Welcome to the world of IGSSS, the Indo-Global Social Service Society, where the colors of culture blend with the hues of hope. For over 6 decades, IGSSS has been a relentless force in the fight against poverty, working hand in hand with the vulnerable communities across the country to ensure their effective participation in development in order to break away from shackles of poverty. IGSSS lives its motto, making life, freedom, and dignity not just words, but a living reality for the communities it serves. We began this journey with a simple belief. Every life matters. Our story is one of compassion, resilience, and transformation. With a steadfast commitment to social justice, a dedicated team that walks the extra mile, connecting with communities, listening to their whispers, and understanding their dreams. From floods to earthquakes, we extend a helping hand, providing relief and rebuilding lives. Even in the face of adversity, IGSSS stands strong, united with the communities it serves. In the midst of urban challenges, IGSSS brings rays of hope, reducing poverty's grip by fostering self-resilience, capacity building, and community collaboration. Empowering communities and individuals to thrive, IGSSS ignites the spark of self-sufficiency through skill development and livelihood capacity building. In a world of change, IGSSS is a catalyst for equality, ensuring that every voice is heard, regardless of gender. IGSSS believes that through collective action, knowledge, and preparedness, we can weather the storm. Our journey is not just on the map, it's a journey of compassion, traversing distances that go beyond the miles. For us, milestones are not just numbers, they present transformed lives. From urban poverty reduction, livelihood, to climate resilience, emergency responses and disaster risk reduction, and building capacities to empowerment, IGSSS touches lives at every corner of India. A journey that has transformed countless lives. Beyond the numbers, IGSSS is a celebration of the boundless spirit of humanity, where compassion transcends boundaries and unites us all. Join us in this journey of hope, compassion, and transformation. Let's continue scripting stories of change, one life at a time.
Thank you. I hope you all liked the movie. Yes? Yeah. I think it's time also to remember the contribution of Miserio. And we all know IGSS came into being because of Miserio, and our Vice President has already talked about that. And we are very happy because today, from Miserio, we have Mr. Ulrich Fuser with us, who is present online and will be giving his special message to all of us. So, Dheeraj, I would request please connect to. Thank you.
So I start. Okay. You can hear me? Okay, okay. I want you. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the signs that I'm close to you and my voice is close to you. Esteemed guests today, dear friends of IGSSS, dear birthday child, dear president, members of the board, dear Nelson. Good afternoon to good morning, more or less, and cordial greetings from Germany. Thank you for your kind introduction. And please allow me to add right at the beginning that I'm sharing the responsibility of being the head, or a head, one head, of the Asia and Oceania Department of Miserio with my, sorry, now I'm back, with my colleague Gabriela Hornum, who is also extending her warmest regards and congratulations to all of you. At the moment, she is quite close to you, closer than me, because she is in Nepal. At the same time, I would like to convey cordial greetings and a big and colorful bouquet of congratulations from our India team. And first and foremost, I would like to greet the respected and distinguished guests who are gracing today's special occasion. It is indeed an honor for me to speak before you today one of the themes of IGSSS celebration is resilience. With this, I would say that not only IGSSS has evolved into a resilient organization, but also the various communities with which IGSSS has been working in the last 60 or 61 years. This is being manifested by a significant number of organizations who are now working independently and successfully. And there are so there are so many marginalized people who could make a difference in their lives. I repeat, people are making a difference in their lives. Dear IGSSS, can you imagine a birthday or jubilee present which is more wonderful than this? Lino Canete, my colleague, who is also participating virtually today, asked me to share my personal experiences with IGSSS. I may add that I started in the Asia Department of Miserio as a member of the India team. And I had a chance to come to India several times. I was in charge of Tamil Nadu, Bihar, and Maharashtra. And also I had a chance to come to Delhi. So Lino asked me to share my personal experiences with IGSSS. Okay, I do it. I enjoyed every visit to you. And you, IGSSS, assisted me to open and adjust my German eyes and my German way of thinking. Many thanks for that. That gave me the chance to understand India better and to listen better to you and to the people, of course, after you have translated it to me. Also, thank you for that. IGSSS remains true to its vision, mission, but also vision, I think, and core values. IGSSS is doing it with genuine concern for the poor, with exemplary professionalism and expertise, and always with open eyes looking at the challenges ahead. Congratulations on behalf of Nigeria. And while we speak of the successes and achievements which derive from the work of IGSSS, once again, we shall not forget that these achievements would have not been possible without the active engagement of the communities themselves, who are also partly present today, and congratulations also to you. Therefore, let us speak of shared success, a wonderful thing. On this note, on behalf of Nigeria, once again, I sincerely congratulate IGSSS and its partner communities on this festive and joyful occasion of celebrating IGSSS. I think that deserves our profound recognition to commemorate in the future. Again, thank you to all of you. Unfortunately, due to other commitments, I have to leave you now. I'm sure that you will have a wonderful evening, and Lino Canete, he will be with you during the whole session. Greetings once again, cordial greetings from the staff of Nigeria, especially the Asia department, and a little bit more especially the India team. All the best. Once again, cordial greetings, and thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. And I would also like to welcome virtually Lino, who engages with IGSSS on day-to-day basis. So welcome, Lino. And now, and now it's time to um, release few publications on the eve of this Diamond Jubilee. ये जो IGSS की 60 साल की हिस्ट्री है, हम इन दो पब्लिकेशन के द्वारा आप सबके साथ यहाँ शेयर करना चाहते हैं. साथ ही एक सोवेनियर है जिसमें हमारे लिए मैसेजेस हैं, साथ में कुछ आर्टिकल्स हैं जो हमारे वेल विशर्स कोलैबोरेटर्स ने लिखे हैं, वो हम यहाँ पर रिलीज़ करना चाहते हैं. उसके लिए ऑन स्टेज आई वुड ऑल्सो लाइक टू इनवाइट डॉक्टर जोसेफ जेवियर. Here. Oh, you're sitting at the back. Please come on stage. So I would also like to invite all of you to be part of the release. Yes, sure. So we are releasing first a research study 60 years of building community resilience and journey ahead. And we are also releasing coffee table book and a souvenir to celebrate this evening. इनकी कॉपीज बाहर डेस्क पे रहेंगी और आप लोग प्लीज जो लेना चाहे इनको शेयर कर सकते, विल बी वेरी हैप्पी. I would also like to request Dr. Joseph, because he will tell you about the research study more. If I do, I'll take more time and I want you to get time to explain about it. Please. Yeah. You want time?
First of all, I just want to congratulate Igsss for successfully completing 60 plus years. And it was a great privilege for me when Nelson and Igsss approached me, can you take up this study? Can you find out what's the resilience of the community? Though we have worked for so many years, at least in the last 10 years, can you go around and see, assess for ourselves and tell us where exactly Igsss works have transformed the lives of the ordinary people? And he told me 3 to 4 minutes, I will just speak to that. One strikingly one image that is very strongly ingrained in me when I went to Jharkhand, a particular area where Igsss worked on livelihood intervention last 3-4 years. Usually as part of my study, apart from the questionnaire and so on, I'd go to the communities, interact with the communities. There were a large number of women there. Suddenly I go there, they started gathering, I started inquiring about them. Then one question I asked, tell me in the last 2-3 years how your life has transformed. One lady, I remember still, a Devi, first name is different, she said, sir, I want to tell you this. 3 years ago, wherever I want to go for meetings and so on, my husband used to accompany me. He will hold my hand and take me. Now after 3 years, I am freed from my husband. I decide to go wherever. I go to various government offices, demand what is needed for me. I am bold and confident, and she smiled. Very broad smile she gave me. I could see the resilience of that woman because of the work of Igsss. But behind that smile, I could see 2 things. One, I could see the compassionate listening of the staff who were working there with the community. That was one dimension. Compassionate listening. And on behalf of the community, they had great trust. It is this compassionate listening and the trust brought the smiles among these women. And she could elaborate on and on. I was like this, my children were not educated, now they are educated. I didn't have any vehicle to go, now I have 2-wheeler, I've got a because my production has increased because of the organic agriculture livelihood program that Igsss has initiated. And they also started saying, we are going to get an organic village, organic product village certification from the government. My goodness, in 3-4 years, if such a change could happen in a remote community like this, I can admire the works of Igsss, particularly the compassionate listening of the staff and the trust the community that had. I think that is what made this difference. And those are the stories I've tried to capture. Apart from assessing, also providing certain future way forwards, I have brought out those smiles in this research book. And I want to congratulate Igsss for this great work. This I could see not only in one part. I've gone to Northeast.
Within a month, 3 weeks of training, skill training, we talked so much. Within 3 weeks of skill training, people are into on-hand jobs. Because those who have gone through that training, they have become motivators, teachers, and all of them said, we are not working for Igsss. I mean, of course, motivated by Igsss, but we want to work for our community. Those fellows who have gained the skill, they are motivating many of them. They themselves take the newcomers, the new participant, as a sort of an intern students in their own works in painting, and I saw whole community moving forward. Great work. I can go on explaining what's happening in Kashmir, Bihar, and so on. but I was thrilled when I saw all these works that are happening. Of course, there are many things to learn, and at this point of time, I want to congratulate Missouri and the staff for their compassionate listening and accepting, or the community accepting them as trusted partners in their journey towards resilience. Thank you so much. All the best to you.
I think the immense contribution for this publication and how you brought all these things together, we wish to felicitate you for this. And I would request our Executive Director, please. Yes.
Just want to share one or two words about Dr. Joe and our association. Usually a research of this nature of covering 60 years and travel would have taken 2 years. But Joe by nature is trying to jump 3 steps at a time. Yeah. So he was doing some sessions in the morning in Bombay. He came only for this to be with us, and then he will go back and start his sessions tomorrow. So this is the study in which we did it across India with good sampling, meeting across various people, but have done it in 6 months' time and very vigorous. Sometimes we used to be after the consultants to finish the study, but here it was the otherwise. He was always after us in ensuring the progress is there. Father Joe, we are very, very pleased to be associated with IGSS, and this is a small token of our appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Joe. साथियों, IGSS के इस 60 साल के सफ़र में काफ़ी लोग, काफ़ी संस्थाएं हमारे साथ जुड़ी, इस सफ़र में हमारा साथ दिया। और ये कहना गलत नहीं होगा कि आज हम जिस मुकाम पे हैं, उन संस्थाओं और उन लोगों के बिना ये मुकाम पाना शायद पॉसिबल नहीं था। आज हम सबको तो नहीं सुन पाएंगे, लेकिन इन्हीं संस्थाओं, इन्हीं लोगों में से कुछ प्रतिनिधि को हम लोग आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे, जो लोग इनको रिप्रेजेंट करें और इनका अनुभव IGSS के साथ हमारे साथ साझा करें। इसी क्रम में हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हुए हमारे पार्टनर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, काफ़ी लोग यहाँ जानते हैं कि पार्टनर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के साथ में IGSS का एक लंबा अनुभव, लंबा एक्सपीरियंस रहा है। पार्टनर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस थी और हैं जो कि IGSS को, जो हम कहते हैं द अनरीच्ड, द लास्ट मैन स्टैंडिंग इन द लाइन के पास रीच आउट करने में, तक पहुंचने में सपोर्ट करती हैं। तो सबसे पहले हम उन्हीं से शुरुआत करते हैं, और आज हमारे साथ सृष्टि सेवा संस्थान से रवि बघेल जी हैं, जो कि मैं उनसे अनुरोध करूंगा कि वो मंच पर आएँ और अपना अनुभव एज अ पार्टनर NGO IGSS के साथ कैसा रहा वो हम सब के साथ साझा करें।
धन्यवाद मुझे यहाँ आमंत्रित करने के लिए। और सर, सबसे पहले आप सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत इस शुभकामनाएं 60 वर्ष पूरा होने के लिए। और इन 60 वर्षों की यात्रा मैं यहीं से शुरुआत करना चाहूँगा कि सृष्टि सेवा समिति 15 वर्ष आपके साथ चली है। ये जो यात्रा हमने शुरुआत की थी, ये 2008 में शुरुआत की थी एक 1 डे वर्कशॉप के साथ। और उसके बाद सृष्टि सेवा समिति की भी यात्रा में, क्योंकि ये संस्था हमारी 2004 से काम कर रही है, और जो पहला प्रोजेक्ट, जो लॉन्ग टर्म प्रोजेक्ट्स हमें मिले थे, वो कहीं ना कहीं वो IGSS के थ्रू ही मिले थे। और उससे पहले हम लोग काम तो करते थे, बट वो बहुत शॉर्ट टर्म पे था, कुछ 2-3 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में ही हम लोग सिमटे हुए थे। और जब IGSS के साथ जुड़े, प्रोजेक्ट्स कैसे होते हैं, प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट कैसे किया जाता है, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन कैसे किया जाता है, और कहीं ना कहीं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन डेवलपमेंट में काफ़ी IGSS ने कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट किया। और तब से लेके फ्रॉम 2008 टू 2023 मैं ये बड़े प्राइड के साथ बोल सकता हूँ कि आज सृष्टि सेवा समिति राजस्थान के करीब 24 जिलों में, मध्य प्रदेश के 2 जिलों में, गुजरात में और हम उत्तराखंड में भी अभी शुरू कर रहे हैं। और जब IGSS की यात्रा हमारे साथ शुरू हुई थी तब हम सिर्फ 3 या 4 लोगों की टीम थी, आज हम 850 लोगों की टीम है। तो इसमें कहीं ना कहीं IGSS का जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है उसको हम सभी वैल्यू करते हैं। और 2008 से लेके 2021 तक ये कंटिन्यू ये जर्नी रही है हमारे साथ, चाहे वो पर्ल प्रोजेक्ट हो, चाहे वो सोल प्रोजेक्ट हो, चाहे वो सुपोषण प्रोजेक्ट हो। तो हर वर्ष हमने बहुत सारी चीजें सीखी और हर एक थमेटिक एरिया में, हर एक एरिया में जहां पर भी हमें सीखने को मिला है, हमारी संस्था ने सीखा है और हम आगे बढ़े हैं। तो इसी के साथ मैं IGSS का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं कि इस यात्रा में आपने हमें भी साथ में लेकर चला और आशा है कि आगे भी आप हमें साथ में लेकर चलेंगे। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद बहुत बहुत रवि जी। साथियों, क्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हैं और अब मैं रायपुर छत्तीसगढ़ से घरेलू कामगार महिला संघ से सपना टांडी जी को आमंत्रित करूंगा कि वो आएं और अपना अनुभव हम सबके साथ शेयर करें।
आप सभी को जय जोहार, जय छत्तीसगढ़। मेरा नाम सपना टांडी है और मैं रायपुर शहर के एक छोटी सी बस्ती से आई हूँ। मैं अगर आज इस मंच में आई हूँ 200 से 250 लोगों के बीच में, आज मैं माइक में बात कर रही हूँ, तो ये IGSS की देन है। आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि मैंने ऐसा क्यों कहा। 2015 की बात है जब मैं एक घरेलू कामगार थी। मेरे पति के नाम के साथ ही मुझे जाना जाता था और मुझे बात भी नहीं करने आता था, ना ही सम्मान मिल पाता था। पूरा दिन दूसरों के घर में काम करना और शाम को फिर अपने घर का काम करना। काम के बीच में मैं कहीं अपने आप को खुद खो चुकी थी। IGSS परियोजना का नाम समावेशी या सतत शहर हो सकता है, मगर हमारे लिए सिर्फ ये एक वरदान है। आज मैं मेरे साथ अपनी आवाज को लेकर यहाँ पर नहीं आई हूँ, बल्कि 5000 बहनों की आवाज को लेकर आई हूँ। 5 साल में हमारा हौसला, हमारा विकास एवं आवाज को आगे रखने के लिए हिम्मत IGSS ने हमें दिया है। देखिए, कौशल प्रशिक्षण, पैसा, सिलाई मशीन, ये सभी एक गरीब घर में स्वाभाविक सी बात है, किसी सरकारी या NGO के द्वारा दिया जाता है। लेकिन अपनी आवाज को किसी दूसरे के पास में पहुंचाना, बुलंद करना, वो IGSS के द्वारा हमें दिया गया। जितनी भी मूलभूत सुविधाएं है उसे हम स्वयं ही जुटाते हैं। और मैं आखिर में ये कहना चाहूंगी कि IGSS हमारा संगठन का निर्माण करके एवं मूलभूत प्रशिक्षण देकर अपना काम कर चुके हैं, मगर हमारा जो संघर्ष है उसे हमें स्वयं ही आगे बढ़ाना पड़ेगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद सपना जी, बहुत बहुत। आगे बढ़ते हुए साथियों, मैं श्री विनोद आचार्य जी को इनवाइट करना चाहूँगा कि वो मंच पर आएं और अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करें।
Very delighted to be here. And happy congratulations to IGSS, the community it reaches to, the partners it works with, the staff who works in IGSS, the donors and the stakeholders and the board members. Happy congratulations. This is a 60-year of journey with the most vulnerable people. And What a pleasure to see those vulnerable voices talking in such empowered voice. In fact, I always tell Nelson sir, क्या मैजिक आपके पास है? और जो सर ने अभी बता दिए दो चीज कि this is the compassion and trust. This is the software that Igsss brings. But I will tell you there are many other such items, elements in Igsss. I, from a distance, look at Igsss and their work and always admire. In such a wide range of work, and everywhere you see the word vulnerability, empowerment, resilience, hope. And what, Joe sir, you've taken my word from my mouth. You visited, I have not visited. But I wrote actually, this mobile, I have seen the vulnerable people. Wherever Igsss is, it brings smile. And you exactly said the smile. Builds confidence and an empowered voice. And behind the magic, behind the smile, what it says, one need to decipher. And I am trying to understand. In fact, I continuously learn from your work, and the way you kind of empower the people, most vulnerable people, I think need to be further inquired about. Another beautiful part, what I learned from Igsss is how with such ease, in fact all the staff members, with ease they talk to the vulnerable people. No difficulty. And bring all interlocutors, government, academician, put together. Just look at last 2 days, the way we have interacted. So many people's voices are, in fact this is a great event for me to listen to those voices. And so much of learning has happened. And I give you, wish you all success and bring you a lot of confidence at this juncture so that we move forward. And this is the partnership, and we'll be traveling together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vinoyji, for your kind words. Moving forward, I would now like to invite our former Executive Director, Dr. Joseph Sebastian sir, to please come on stage and share your experience with us.
This is the second time in the evening that I've been asked to share the experience. There was a video recording, and now, as you all know, I always love to have it very informal than the formal, interactions. But then still, all the guests on the dais, dignitaries, it's a great pleasure being here. You feel like, as a child getting back to your grandparents' native home. That's the closest I can feel. There's a joy that goes beyond anything that one can describe. And even as I see the whole beauty of what Igsss does, which been blessed, I would say, honored to be part of, and a journey where I think Dr. Chirian was mentioning about how it was tough at that point of time, but very necessary, and with the support of the then President, Mr. Fabian, and the board members and all, it really took us to next levels. I think sometimes life has a way of how, it touches people's life. Whether it was the small gathering which we had with Jerry Pinto and Indu and Harsh and Amita and all in that small room where we started off with the urban intervention and city makers, how it evolved from there. Or be it the whole aspect of, relooking at where we want to kind of really go and where we stand. And I think all of this joy, and I would still relate it to that grandchild and the grandfather, grandparent context. The father, the grandparent always enjoys more than their own successes the joy that the child, the grandchild actually, brings about in the situations that they are in. So when we come and stand here and say, be it, Dr. Joe or anybody who comes and shares here, it's ultimately the voices of the people whom we start speaking for and slowly recede away. We become irrelevant. And I think that is what IGSS is for me. IGSS has done that time and again. I think we should all believe that there should be a day when NGOs and non-profits are not required. I dream of a day like that, where the world becomes so good and nice, and I don't want to use the jargons there, but simple, good and nice, where the common man, the person who doesn't have a voice, is respected, where the common man who does not have something to kind of talk of is respected. I was traveling in East Africa last few days, and when we were there, one of the donors was asking me and sharing, Joseph, the GDP for India is about, say, 300 billion. And if we were to give half that money to the world, will that take care of all the inequality, all the difficulties, all the poverty that is there? I said, no, it will not. The world does not need money. What the world needs is respect. What the world needs is freedom. What the world needs is justice. It's not money. And I think that's what IGSS is all about. And I'm so happy, we are able to kind of stay that grassroots all the 60 years. It's not like, in my term or Nelson's term or somebody else's term we did this. Starting from where we initiated, and I think thanks to Miserio and what they envisioned at that point of time, the leaders that they were, of how grassroots we should be. So whether we go to Kashmir or whether we go to Northeast, whether we go to Ramanathapuram or whether we go to any of the East or the West, I think that grassroots component of being the voice of the voiceless is what we have always stood for. And I'm really, really happy that Dr. Joe and when they come, because you're more involved with IGSS at the field level, visiting. Dr. Joe has already visited so many as part of his research itself. To really bring that again and again, that we are there for people who really matter. I think that's what is going to be the difference. And as we all agree, probably we would not want to talk about it now because you're talking about the 60 years and the joy and the celebration. When Nelson, when I came in, he was asking me, what do you share as celebrations or joy and your experiences and all. I think if we are having a gathering like this and you're celebrating 60 years, don't worry about the history. Don't worry about the 60 years. Because we have the confidence, we have the the strength and the resilience to call so many people here because you believe you have done something well. All of us believe that. So I think the challenge is about what you're going to do tomorrow and day onwards. And the world today, not just where we work, but across, I can tell you, what we stand for of freedom, hope, justice is being really being shaken. And I think IGSS and organizations like the IGSS, you and I, individuals, organizations are all about individuals. We have a greater responsibility of walking that road that we have walked with more strength, with more confidence, and probably with more resilience, because what you're going to see, unfortunately, in the days may not be the best of what we would have seen from the 60 years that we have been here. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm really proud, privileged for being here. And Nelson, thank you very much for inviting me. All the best to everybody.
Thank you so much, Joseph sir. Moving forward, friends, last but not the least, I would now like to invite one of our former colleagues, Ms. Shreya Majumdar, who has served the organization into different leading roles and supported us in many projects. So Shreya, if you could please come and share your experience with us.
Good evening, everybody. Not the first time that I am behind the mic at an IGSSS event, but definitely among the times that I'm nervous because of the sheer emotion of the occasion. I want to start by quoting a few lines from my favorite poet, T.S. Eliot. May you never cease from exploration, and the end of such exploration will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. It's been 5 years since I have left IGSSS, but I carry the spirit of service in my heart. An organization, they say, is much more than the bricks and mortar that it is made of. I think particularly holds true for an organization of 60 years like IGSSS, where the people that we work with, the voices that we represent really make this institution what it has. I remember from my time in IGSSS, faces and voices from the many, many people that we've been in service of in the communities that we've traveled with. My first place of work in IGSSS, of course, was at Jhabua in Madhya Pradesh with the group of fiesty Bhil women. In the brashness of my youth, because we were initiating a land rights and literacy program, I had the temerity to ask an older woman, why is it that you feel the need to read and write at this age? Calmly she turned around and asked me, why did you? So lessons that we carry from the people that who we've met and who have touched our lives in the communities. In the Northeast, I think traveling deep into areas like Dhemaji, Lakhimpur, where annual events, disaster resilience events, bring forth the strange mix of fatalism, resilience in the communities as they grapple with floods and other disasters year on year. Our times in Kashmir, Uzair is here, and we remember fondly the many, many nights and evenings that we've spent holed up in the Kashmir office, trying to imagine what reconstruction, rehabilitation would look like for the state in its conflicted situation. Of course, in the East, where we initiated many new programs. I fondly remember the time that we traveled in 45 degrees with Nelson Sir, Sukanya, to begin the drought resilience program at Karla Munda. Amar is here as well. So there are many memories. I think I stand here today tall on the shoulders of what IGSSS has provided. Indeed, a second home. My mother told me while I was coming to the event today that, what you are is because of IGSSS, and that is what I would want to leave all of you with. All the very best. Know that all of us travel with you, however far our journeys might have taken us. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I know there are lots of people who would like to share here, and of course 60 years of IGSS, और यहाँ पर बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनकी memories associated है उनके साथ में, उनकी feelings हैं, emotions हैं, and I can see many of our ex-staff sitting there. थोड़ा सा time की कमी है, but we will be, of course, after the event we will be together. इन 60 सालों में IGSS के साथ काफ़ी लोग चले जिन्होंने बहुत कंट्रीब्यूट किया है IGSS को जो आज है वो बनाने में. मेरे ख्याल से ऐसे लोग शायद hundreds में होंगे, हो सकता है thousands में होंगे, we don't know, maybe in millions also. But on this eve, we have few significant people here whom we want to recognize. So let's move to this segment of awards. And सबसे पहले आई थिंक हम सब लोग जानते हैं कि जो हमारे NGO पार्टनर्स हैं उन्होंने IGSS को कैसे हमारे साथ में चल के और हम लोगों ने साथ में जो IGSS का विजन एंड मिशन है उसकी तरफ हम लोग साथ में बढ़े हैं और हमने सक्सेसफुल मॉडल्स क्रिएट किए हैं, प्रोग्राम्स, इंटरवेंशंस और जो स्केल IGSS का है उस तक पहुंचाने में मदद की है. So we are acknowledging 59 NGO partners here. And Dheeraj, if you can also show the names here. It's not possible everyone to call at the stage, but I would like every one of you to please stand up and clap for these partners that we have. Thank you so much. And all the dear partners, आप इवेंट के बाद अपनी प्लीज हमारी तरफ से जो मोमेंटो है प्लीज बाहर रिसेप्शन से कलेक्ट कर लीजिएगा. थैंक यू सो मच. एंड नाउ आई नीड माई स्पेक्स, सॉरी. नाउ अभी हमने पार्टनर्स की बात की और अब हम चाहते हैं हमारे कम्युनिटी रिप्रेजेंटेटिव की तरफ से. इतने सारे ऐसे अनसंग हीरोज हैं हमारी कम्युनिटीज़ में जिन्होंने अपने कम्युनिटी के लिए चेंज लाने के लिए काम किया है, वो जो एक सामान्य व्यक्ति नहीं कर सकता. एंड एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी अचीवमेंट्स दैट दे हैव मेड in the projects of IGSS, and we would like to take this moment to recognize them and award them. And I would like Dheeraj, हम लोगों ने उनके जो मतलब उनके जो अचीवमेंट्स हैं उनको हमने एक वीडियो के माध्यम से कैप्चर किया है. और सबसे पहले हम इनवाइट करना चाहते हैं स्टेज पे देवशरण जी और धीरज, आप उसको करिए. एंड आई वुड ऑल्सो लाइक टू इनवाइट देवशरण जी. देवशरण जी आइए स्टेज पे. आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट आवर प्रेसिडेंट टू प्लीज
शरण सिंह जी ने हमें जागरूक किए हैं कि अटल में खेती बाड़ी भी कर रहे हैं और
यहाँ बोर कराया गया, जिसमें 2 बोर है. अच्छा से पानी यहाँ सिंचाई के लिए उपलब्ध है. काफ़ी दौड़ धूप जनपद स्तर और जिला स्तर तक करना पड़ा, लेकिन मैं नहीं माना, कोशिश करता रहा ताकि हमारे गांव किसी प्रकार से डेवलप करें.
नाउ आई इनवाइट ऑन स्टेज विद्या राजपूत जी.
विद्या जी से हमने सीखा कि समुदाय की जरूरत क्या है और क्या जरूरत होनी चाहिए, और इसके लिए एक इफेक्टिव कार्य योजना का निर्माण हम किस तरीके से कर सकते हैं.
विद्या जी हमारे माँ समान हैं और वे हम सबकी आवाज़ बन के सीमित नहीं रहते, बल्कि हम सबको हौसला देते हैं ताकि हम सब अपनी खुद की आवाज़ को बुलंद कर सके और अपने आप में नेता बन पाए.
मेरी इच्छा है कि लोग जो मेरे संघर्ष और सफलता को देखकर काफ़ी सारे मेरी जैसे विद्या को जन्म दें, छोटे शहरों, बड़े शहरों और पूरे देश में, ताकि हम सब एक दूसरे का हाथ पकड़ के इस देश में ट्रांसजेंडर समुदाय को बेहतर और सम्मानपूर्वक जीवन दे सकें.
नीलिमा देशमुख जी. और उनकी साथी आप अकेले.
सुपोषण पथनाट्य समूह पोषण संबंधित संदेशों को सरलता से मराठी भाषा में गांव-गांव तक पहुंचाने के लिए अपनी पहचान बना चुका है। 2 साल पहले जब इंडो ग्लोबल सोशल सर्विस सोसाइटी संस्था ने आष्टी तालुका जिला वर्धा में सुपोषण प्रकल्प की शुरुआत की थी, तब विभिन्न प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रमों के माध्यम से पोषण के महत्व को समझकर कुछ युवतियां सामने आई। पहले उन्होंने इस ज्ञान को अपने जीवन में उतारा और फिर इन्हीं संदेशों को जन जन तक ले जाने का बीड़ा उठाया। किंतु सामाजिक व्यवस्था पर प्रश्न उठाने की प्रक्रिया इतनी आसान ना थी और इसके लिए इन्हें बड़ा संघर्ष करना पड़ा।
सुरुवातीला आम्ही बाहेरगावी पथनाट्याला जात होतो तेव्हा आम्हाला खूप लोक वाईट बोलत होते। ह्या मुली एकटे फिरतात, घरी रात्री खूप उशिरा येतात।
बाहर अली वो हमारे बीच में नहीं इस वक्त आ पाए हैं, तो हम लोग उनका आपको दे देंगे रिकॉग्निशन, बट प्लीज वी कैन सी द वीडियो।
এই গ্রামটা খারবাল্লে শহর অঞ্চল, বহুত গরিব, 2টা পয়সা খরচ করে পড়ান তা পারবো না, এই জন্য আমি এই স্কুলটা দিছি। আজ মোহাব্বত করে মজা করে আজ স্কুল করে কত ভালো ভালো মানুষ, তাগর জীবনে বান দেখতাম না, সেই মানুষগুলো আইসা কত পূর্ণাম করতেছে, কত কিছু করতেছে। আমি এইটাই আত্মা ভরে গেছে আমার।
আমিও যাম বাবা, রান্ধা পারি মান না পারি তাও যাই রগর বুকলে যা বসে থাক মান পোলা আনবো না, দেখবো ওই আমার ডাক দিব, ওই আমার আত্মা ভরে যাবো গা, ওই আমি শান্তি আমার
एलिशा मरांडे जी।
मेरा नाम एलिशा मरांडी, मैं कदमा गांव की निवासी हूँ। हमारे समाज में महामारी के समय लड़कियों को बहुत परेशानी होती थी, जिसकी वजह से लड़कियां स्कूल नहीं जा पाती थी।
मैं रेशमी मरांडी, मैं साहेबगंज में कम्युनिटी मोबिलाइजर के रूप में कार्य करती हूँ। इनमें से एलिशा मरांडी ने खुद मेरे साथ काम करने की इच्छा जताई। एलिशा गांव-गांव में लड़कियों को इकट्ठा करने लगी और उनको सैनिटरी नैपकिन के बारे में बताने लगी, और एलिशा ने दुकानदार से भी बात की और सैनिटरी नैपकिन उपलब्ध कराई।
अडी अडी बन बुझाव का तहते मुश्किल तो कमी किदाय, अडी मजगी कमी किदा ते अडी रस्क।
मैं कदमा गांव के सहिया हूँ। मैं एलिशा और रेशमी ने देखा और सब सफाई के बारे में।
पहले हम लोग कपड़ा यूज करते थे तो स्कूल आने में भी दिक्कत होती थी। उसके बाद हम लोग एलिशा दी से मिले, उनको बहुत सी जानकारी दी। उसके बाद पहली बार पैर दिए, अभी दिक्कत नहीं होती है, स्कूल भी आराम से जा पाते हैं।
मेरा नाम प्रधान टुटू है, कदमा का रहने वाले हैं। छोटा मोटा दुकान खुले हैं यहाँ पर। एलिशा और कुछ सहेली आई यहाँ पर, तो पेट बोली कि पेट कहीं नहीं रखते हैं, तो हम उस दिन से रखने शुरू किए, तो हमारा भी अच्छा बिक्री हो रहा है।
जिस तरह मैं कहीं भी जाती हूँ उस तरह किशोरावस्था की लड़कियों को बताती हूँ, जागरूक करती हूँ और ऐसे ही करते रहूँगी।
चंद्रशेखर जी।
पटना शहर के दिलों में बसा राजेंद्र नगर क्षेत्र की 11 बस्तियों ने वर्षों से अपने हिस्से में प्राकृतिक एवं मानव जनित आपदाओं का सामना किया है, लेकिन एक समर्पित टीम जिसे कार्य प्रवीण टास्क फोर्स के नाम से जाना जाता है ने समुदाय की सुरक्षा के लिए एक संरक्षक की भूमिका निभाया है। बस्तियों से 130 युवा टास्क फोर्स को प्रशिक्षित किया गया। ज्ञान और कौशल से संयुक्त इन युवाओं ने आपदाओं के समय तेजी से प्रतिक्रिया देना सीखा। मॉक ड्रिल अभ्यास के माध्यम से अपनी क्षमताओं को विकसित किया। टास्क फोर्स टीम के सदस्यों द्वारा 10 बस्तियों का अग्नि जोखिम क्षेत्रों का मानचित्र किया गया।
आज वो गर्व से कह सकते हैं कि वो राज्य में आपदा प्रबंधन के लिए मदद करते हैं और करते रहे।
राजेंद्र नगर क्षेत्र के इन अज्ञात नायकों ने बस्तियों को आपदा से बचाव हेतु एकता और तैयारी की भावना को अभिव्यक्त किया है।
शैलेश जी ये आ नहीं पाए हैं, इनका हम लोग अवार्ड।
नारायणपुर से कांतापारा से बोल रही हूँ। यहाँ पे पहले आंगनवाड़ी नहीं थी, बहुत परेशानी होती थी। बच्चे किसी भी पेड़ के नीचे बैठ के पढ़ाई के लिए आते थे।
नाम लाडनपुर से मैं शैलेश पटेल बोल रहा हूँ। यहाँ पे आंगनवाड़ी की परेशानी थी, आंगनवाड़ी लग नहीं रही थी, बच्चे भी कोई भेज नहीं रहा था और समस्या थी क्योंकि यहाँ पे जगह नहीं थी। और वो इस कारण पे सब गांव वाले इकट्ठे हुए और बोल रहे थे कि यार ज़मीन दो, कोई ज़मीन देने को नहीं तैयार था। और फिर पैसे आए थे जो पंचायत तरफ से, उसके लिए वो बोल रहे थे कि यार ज़मीन कोई नहीं दे रहा है, तुम नहीं तो दे दो। तो फिर हमारा विचार हुआ, फिर हमने घर वालों ने मिल के बोल दिया कि भाई ज़मीन दे देते हैं तो बच्चे तो पढ़ेंगे, तो इसलिए ज़मीन हमने दान में दे दी है।
मेरा नाम रुक्मणी चौधरी है, मैं आंगनवाड़ी कार्यकर्ता हूँ। मेरे यहाँ पर 34 बच्चे दर्ज हैं और सभी बच्चे आते हैं। आप सब बच्चों को खुशी।
राजलक्ष्मी जी आइए।
भत्ता ता संगे लोक राशन कार्ड करवा जो विधवा भत्ता बार्धक्य भत्ता सब कर लोक साहाय्य करे भत्ता ता संगे लोक राशन कार्ड करवा जो विधवा भत्ता बार्धक्य भत्ता सब कर लोक साहाय्य करे एसएस ग्रुप भल मंद रिजोल्यूशन लिखे से
महिला मानक नहीं साई बहुत किसी कार्यक्रम करमिति कि गछ लता लगे सफा सुतर कर डेंगू मलेरिया को हटेवा कार्यक्रम कर सहित भी आम साई निशा अधिका हबार निशा मुक्ति कार्य करते से राजलक्ष्मी धन्यवाद जनाऊँ।
फल कि डर लगुला कि काले किए कौन कहबी किंतु राजलक्ष्मी आमको सब क्षेत्र में साहाय्य कला, सब क्षेत्र में बुझाइला, सबू किसी नाटक माध्यम जरिया से सबकि बुझे कि आमको कहला जे नारी है बहु बाहर।
जमीला जी आइए।
जमीला बस रोजान कापोर बाला मे वो यूत कल 2012 पे वोत मे ये कर ग्रुपस हमासा हेल्थ सेल्फ ग्रुप बस तथ मज कर पे कर मे तथ सत असल पे बहुत शेजारस वनकन डायरेक्टर 2014 पे वोत कर खाद सत खाद बनावान पन त्रावान बे त्रावान दानस वानस तो पे कनान लगभग कनान 10 सासन अखज ये निशन पे क्या कर पे हो तम तम पन गामन मज जन पे जमीन त्रावान दानस त्रावान वार त्रावान बे 10 सासन कनान अखज वनकस कर सारे जन अथ वनकस 200 मेंबर ये खाद सत खाद त्रावान ये मज खाद दुकानदार खाद त्रावान कहीं त्रावान ये शेड खाद अमे सत बोड़ गुत मांगुन अमे सत लगान असल पे फायदा मांगन सत असल पे लगान वो तुम मरचान तत बड़ गमत वो मरचान कत बड़ गमत अमे खाद सत बे रोजान सब्जी आयदार रोजान सब्जी।
आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपके कंट्रीब्यूशन के लिए। आई वुड लाइक यू टू कम फॉरवर्ड फॉर अ ग्रुप फोटो। आज के आगे I would now like to request Dr. Rajesh Tandon to do honors for the next section of awards. So, exceptional leaders make exceptional teams. We are honored to award our ex-president, Mr. K.P. Fabian, who has led IGSSS in the time of crisis during, please come on stage, sir, during 2004 to 2012. In his leadership, new identity of IGSSS from Indo-German to Indo-Global Social Service Society emerged with new vision and mission. One of his biggest contribution is the initiation of urban programming within IGSSS. So thank you, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. Continuing with our inspirational leaders, we cannot forget the contribution of Mr. N.J. Kurian. He has not been able to come here, our ex-president, from 2012 to 2018. During his tenure, IGSSS thematic portfolio became stronger. He inspired the executive team in diversifying the program and funding portfolio. Now, I am pleased to invite on stage Dr. Joseph Sebastian, who was executive director in 2008 and led the programmatic and organizational restructuring of the organization, introduced clear processes, and set up network of donors to provide financial and operational stability to the organization. He was a leader who mentored staff and motivated them to excel and take forward to IGSS to new heights. Thank you, Joseph. Moving to thank you, Joseph. Moving to recognizing few staff for their contribution, I would like to invite Mr. M.O. Peter. Yeah, please come on stage. Mr. Peter is one of our earliest staff, joined IGSSS in 1996 as administrative assistant, and later, yes, please do the honor, sir, and later promoted as head of project planning department. Awareness, training, and motivation for action, that was Atma program, are some of the programs planned and implemented under Mr. Peter's leadership. Thank you so much. Sir, photo. I would also like to recognize and acknowledge the contribution of Mr. Rajesh Upadhyay. Ex-Smiler joined IGSS as junior executive in the operational projects in 1998. Rajesh? Yes, you're coming, okay. He further climbed the programs because of his good understanding of development issues. He has pioneered a lot of programmatic interventions in IGSSS. Night shelters for the homeless in Delhi were planned and implemented under Mr. Upadhyay. He served IGSSS for 20 years. And next, I would again like to call Shreya. She served IGSS from 2010 to 2018. And she has already talked about her experience. Should I add more, Shreya? So, during her tenure in IGSSS, she mentored program staff, brought in many systems, and have been instrumental in ensuring the quality of programs during her time. Thank you. There have been few people who have guided IGSSS on critical strategic issues. And I would like to invite, though Mr. Khilesh Chaturvedi is not here, but I would like to acknowledge his contribution and would like to invite Mr. Ziani. You are here? Yeah. To receive the acknowledgement on his behalf. Khilesh, since decades, has been helping us to put our strategic plan together and helped us to evolve our M&E systems. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Francis Rebello. Please come on stage. I've always seen you at IGSSS when we needed support. You were there during the OD process, restructuring, building capacities of staff. You have been a guiding force in shaping IGSSS. Thank you, Khilesh. Thank you. And I would now like to acknowledge the contribution of Mr. Vas. Yes. You have been with IGSS for now 6 years. Now 10 years? Okay. 6 years in board, right? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. And also always supported IGSSS to build in systems. Thank you for your contribution, sir. Mr. Jocelyn Martins, he has come? No. Just to acknowledge him for his contribution in strengthening the finance and accounting systems and building transparency and accountability within IGSSS. And now next, I would like to call on stage Induji. इंदु जी जिनके बिना हम लोग अपने अर्बन प्रोग्रामिंग का जब भी बात करते हैं, इनका नाम के बिना बात शुरू नहीं होती है. And the city makers word that he has coined and we still use. Thank you, Induji, for all your contribution in our urban programming. And thank you.
I have to tell you here very clearly that though I worked on this issue for 10 years in ActionAid, the word city makers never came. With Joseph and the team that we worked, he threw a challenge to us because he said, we don't like the word homeless. He said, no, what word we can have? And we coined the word city makers. So IGSS deserves this word and it came in here. Thank you everybody for this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh Tandon. And I would like to invite our Vice President for our next section of awards to do the honors. और next section है हमारा Tenure Excellence Award. उन सभी हमारे स्टाफ के लिए ये recognition है जो 10 साल से ज़्यादा IGSS में जो अभी सर्व कर चुके हैं और अभी उसी कमिटमेंट और पैशन से लगातार IGSS में contribution दे रहे हैं. I would like to play the video and also like to invite as and when their name come, please start coming on the stage.
Indo-Global Social Service Society.
IGSS.
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 IGSS. IGSS.
With Indo-Global Social Service Society.
IGSS एक ऐसा
नहीं लगा कि कहीं बाहर काम कर लेकिन ऐसे परिवार का मुझे सबका सपोर्ट मिला।
रायपाल जी है यहाँ पे, सुनील जी
यहाँ अच्छे दिन भी आए बुरे दिन भी आए और हमें काम करने अच्छा लगा और अच्छे तक से काम करते रहेंगे।
Perinainga.
I have many memories. Some are very touching for me personally. I wish IGSS to prosper more and more.
Sauji.
I feel like IGSS is my second home. I have been provided with the space and freedom to replicate new ideas across the country. The recognition and appreciation I have received from my colleagues and the community we serve strive me to explore new opportunities.
Delhi.
I'm happy to be part of such a credible and genuine organization working for vulnerable communities across India from 1960 onwards.
Sir, please. Imran.
My experience with IGSS has been one of the best things ever happened to me. It was a roller coaster and I had many ups and downs like everyone else, I'm sure. But I cherish every moment spent here. I look forward to work with IGSS in the coming future.
Yasir.
I enjoy working here because it resonates my values and passion.
थोड़ा जोर से.
As you know, society faces innumerable challenges which call upon collaborative actions. So I, along with my team, work on the ground to address some of these issues, if not all, and that could mean the world to someone. I wish to continue this journey towards a just and better society, inshallah.
Edwin.
During this 13 years of service, I've seen IGSS as a place for nurturing and bringing the best out of the people. Also, it gives a place for people to grow, branch out as per the aspiration as well as in line with the organizational.
Rajan.
I'm from Dhemaji, Assam. I'm proud to be a part of IGSS, and today I'd like to express my sincere gratitude and thanks to all the staff of IGSS for inspiring me to continue.
Dharini, come on stage.
I started my assignment as a volunteer and currently I am the state coordinator of Upper Assam. I wish I continue working with Indo Global Social Service Society in the best I can give to the organization.
Noel, come.
Jesus resemble family, and I became the part of this family in the year 2011. Since then, as a child, learn and grow with different family members. So did I. One side, we got a chance to help others. At the same time, we learned about different segments of procurements. Still, long way to go with IGSS family.
Basant, unfortunately, could not come, but
I'm very happy to share that IGSS has strengthened its emergency humanitarian response in all these years, and I was also part of it. Currently, I am looking after programs in Odisha, working with different issues, different thematic vertical organizations.
there is huge scope for learning, contributing, and growth in IGSS.
Tohida?
I enjoyed the work as I just working throughout different projects, and I enjoy at a ground level as my work stimulated me and the community to develop together. I have just enjoyed the work with Indo Global Social Service Society.
I think we have many ex-staff also who have completed so many years, 20 years, 15 years. And this is the strength of IGSS that we have with the commitment and the contribution that our staff is making to this organization. Congratulations, everyone. Big clap. Oh, that was great. Awesome. Now, moving towards the closing of this event, but we will not close this event without hearing our president and from chief guest and from our executive director. So first I would like to invite our president to say a few words.
Mr. Rajesh Tandon, founder of the society PRIA and our chief guest today, Dr. Cherian, Vice President, IGSS, Mr. Nelson, Executive Director, IGSS, members of the IGSS General Body and Board of Governors present and past, esteemed partners, supporters, friends, all staff, ladies, gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I extend my warmest greetings to each one of you on the occasion of the IGSS Diamond Jubilee celebrations. This remarkable milestone in our journey of transformation and empowerment has been achieved after 60 years of unwavering commitment, dedication, and collective efforts of living up to our motto of life, freedom, and dignity. From its humble beginnings in 1960-61 to a force for positive change, IGSS has journeyed through 6 decades, leaving indelible footprints in the lives of countless individuals and communities. Our shared endeavor to empower the marginalized, to provide a voice for the voiceless, and create sustainable solutions has borne fruit in ways that we could only have dreamed of when this journey began. As president of the IGSS, I can take justifiable pride in saying that our work across the country has today touched the lives of more than 1.10 crore individuals and hundreds and thousands of communities, empowering them and enabling them to live with dignity. It has always been the endeavor of IGSS that our existence should impact in a positive way all who come in contact with us. The various awards which we have given and the small presentations by video by various community members, partners, ex-staff, and others confirms our faith that the ripple effect of IGSS vision and work goes well beyond the immediate beneficiaries. We have used the occasion of the Diamond Jubilee celebrations to commission a research report on the organization and its work by Dr. Joe, and we have also, as you have seen, issued a coffee book as well. The 2-day National Dialogue on Resilience, which has been very well attended and generated much thought and reflection and action, is not just a fitting finale for the celebrations. As ED put it in his concluding remarks, this resilience workshop becomes part and parcel of the organization's philosophy and thinking, and the workshop's outcome will shape the framework of IGSS thought process for the coming years. In the last 60 years, IGSS has moved from strength to strength, and our work has been recognized and awarded. We owe a special debt of gratitude to our past presidents, our executive directors and members of the governing body over the years, without whose leadership, commitment, and vision, IGSS would not have come this far. I cannot forget also the indomitable service and selflessness of the staff of IGSS and its volunteers who have accompanied us in our journey this far. As we celebrate this Diamond Jubilee, let us not only reflect on our past accomplishments, but also look forward to the challenges that lie ahead. Our commitment to leave no one behind remains unshaken. We shall continue to tackle social injustices, promote sustainable development, and work with renewed vigor towards a world where every individual can live a life of dignity and opportunity. On this occasion, I place on record our deep appreciation and gratitude to Miserior for their continued partnership, which is built on mutual respect and sharing of a common vision. I wish the partnership flourishes beyond funding. I also take the opportunity to thank all our other funding partners and CSR supporters for their faith and confidence in the work and vision of IGSS. I wish these partnerships also will grow deeper and stronger in our journey ahead. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all our stakeholders who have contributed to this journey of 60 years, our donors, volunteers, staff members, and the communities themselves. Their unwavering support has been the cornerstone of our success. I'm confident that IGSS and thanks to all of you. Best wishes and God bless.
Thank you, President Ma'am. And I would like to invite our chief guest, Dr. Rajesh Tandon now. Please say a few words for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, IGSS. Most importantly, thank you all. मैं पिछले 2 घंटे से ऐसा महसूस कर रहा हूँ कि घर में बैठा हूँ, और उस बिरादरी की याद कर रहा हूँ जो आज के ज़माने में दूर होती जा रही है। आज ऐसा लगा कि इस हॉल के लॉकडाउन होने से हम अपनी बिरादरी से जुड़ गए। इस भावना को बनाए रखने के लिए, इस भावना को जीवंत रखने के लिए आप सब लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। The family of civil society organizations which grew up in the post-independent era, and IGSS is one of the stalwarts of that era, finds itself increasingly shrinking, that family. And before I came here this evening, I was not very hopeful or excited about those families. But you gave me hope, you gave me inspiration, and you gave me the zeal to continue along with you. So congratulations to IJSS. But most importantly, thank you, all of you, for ensuring that my commitment to this biradari and its style of work continues in future as well. बहुत कम संस्थाएं ऐसी हैं, सिर्फ नॉन प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की बात नहीं है, फॉर प्रॉफिट भी बहुत कम संस्थाएं ऐसी हैं जो 60 साल चलें, चलती रहें और चमकती रहें। बहुत कम है, प्राइवेट सेक्टर में भी नहीं है। बहुत पुराने एकेडमिक इंस्टीट्यूशन भी भले 100 साल चले हों पर 60 साल तक चमकते नहीं हैं। इस बात के लिए गर्व होना, इस बात के लिए गर्व होना that we have continued to remain relevant, focused, unwavering, despite the context that has been rapidly changing and undermining the nature of our work. Not only you should feel proud of it, I feel proud of IJSS today. Priya is a younger brother of IJSS. बाहर की हवा बदल गई है, बदलती जा रही है। अभिव्यक्ति की स्वच्छंदता इस कमरे तक सीमित रह गई है। खुल के बोलने का हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे प्रयास किया है 2 दिन, और अभी तो 2 घंटे मज़ा ही आ गया। पर दिक्कत यह है कि बाहर के माहौल में खुल के बोलने के लिए जिस तरह के सपोर्ट की आवश्यकता है, जिस तरह के आपसी संबंधों की मजबूती की आवश्यकता है, उस दिशा में IGSS और उसके तमाम पार्टनर्स और ज़बरदस्त भूमिका निभा सकते हैं। आपके बहुत से लोग ऐसे और लोगों को जानते हैं जो यहाँ नहीं हैं, जिनको IGSS के स्टाफ भी नहीं जानते होंगे, आपके क्षेत्र में हैं, संस्था बिना बनाए भी काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं, कुछ बदलने के लिए करना चाहते हैं। उनको हम सब लोगों की, आप सब लोगों के सहयोग की ज़रूरत है। आज समाज को जोड़ने का काम बहुत बड़ा काम बन गया है। समाज को तोड़ने का काम तो चल रहा है, पर समाज को जोड़ने का काम बहुत ज़रूरी हो गया है। तो उन तमाम संगठनों में जहाँ से आप बहनें और भाई लोग आए हैं, या उन तमाम संगठनों को जो हमारे साथी लोग बनाते हैं, उन संगठनों में समाज की अनुभूति को, समाज के कंपैशन को, समाज के एम्पैथी को कैसे जोड़े रखा जाए, कैसे बनाए रखा जाए, आज उस चीज़ की आवश्यकता है। I know that we do programs and projects, and that is essential. We have to work with those who are marginalized and vulnerable and excluded and oppressed. That is our commitment. But there is a segment of our society today, far more coming from educated, slightly economically better off, mostly urban contexts. Young people coming out of colleges, in colleges, who need inspiration, who need a space to understand what they don't know. I think the work we do and the people who are represented here need to take some step of responsibility to engage with those whom we may not call as underprivileged or excluded or marginalized, but whose worldview, whose ways of behaving, and whose actions continue to perpetuate marginalization, oppression, and exclusion. As a collection of civil society organizations, we have not engaged with them. We have not engaged with those who have been educationally, economically, politically better off. And when I say we, I mean all of us here. But maybe the time is there now when a lot of young people coming out of colleges and high schools may not understand the data, the voice that this group brings. कि आज तो वही आवाज़ सुनाई दे रही है जो बड़े बड़े भोंपुओं से बजाई जाती है। आपकी आवाज़ यहाँ बुलंद है, आपके आवाज़ अपने मोहल्ले में, अपनी बस्ती में, अपने समुदाय में बुलंद है, पर उन लोगों के कानों तक नहीं पहुँच रही जो इस देश के अर्थव्यवस्था को, सामाजिक व्यवस्था को आगे बढ़ाने की जिम्मेवारी ले लेंगे। और उस तबके तक, उस वर्ग तक हमारी आवाज़ कैसे पहुँचे, हमारा अनुभव, हमारे आंकड़े कैसे पहुँचे। तो देश की हालत तो ये है कि हमें ये भी नहीं पता कितने लोग रहते हैं इस देश में। जीडीपी की परिभाषा तो वैसे ही बदल गई है। टमाटर वैसे तो सस्ता है पर मिल नहीं रहा है ना। उस परिस्थिति में हमारा अनुभव, आप सबका अनुभव, स्थानीय अनुभव कैसे आंकड़े बने, कैसे डेटा बने, और उसके आधार पर कैसे समाज की आर्थिक व्यवस्था में परिवर्तन लाया जाए। वो काम अकेले मैं सिर्फ आईजीएसएस के कंधे पे नहीं डाल रहा हूँ, ना आप लोगों के कंधे पे डाल रहा हूँ, पर मुझे लगता है कि मैंने भी बहुत कम समय दिया उन लोगों के बीच में जो मेरे जैसे एजुकेशनल पढ़े लिखे समुदाय के सदस्य हैं। हाउ डू वी एंगेज दैट सेगमेंट ऑफ आवर सोसाइटी with your help so that they continue to be sensitized to the challenges of our country today. Otherwise, the fragmentation between the haves and the have-nots, seems to be going forward more rapidly. मुझे इस बात को आज यहाँ कहने में आसानी महसूस हो रही, क्योंकि इस बात को मैं इस हॉल के बाहर शायद उतनी जोर से न बोल पाऊं. तो इसलिए आईजीएसएस के काम के द्वारा एक ऐसे स्पेस की व्यवस्था होती है, इसके हमारे साथियों के व्यवहार से एक ऐसे सेफ स्पेस की व्यवस्था होती है जहाँ पे हम सब लोग अपने अपने अनुभवों, समस्याओं और होप्स को बांट सकें. अन्यथा सेफ स्पेस में इकट्ठा होने का मौका कम मिलता है. मैं इस स्थान पर पिछले 2 घंटे से बैठ के उस सेफ स्पेस को महसूस कर रहा हूँ, और मुझे लगता है कि हमारे काम में ये एक बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा है which allows people to be able to have a honest and open conversation with each other, to share their dreams as well as challenges, but to be able to find ways to work together. And I think this initiative of IGSS is grounded on this basis that people can work together, they do work together, and when they do work together, they make a difference not only in their lives, but those of others. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be able to be myself in this safe space. Congratulations to all of you. आप सब लोगों को बधाई. पर बधाई का अर्थ ये नहीं है कि आप पैकेट लेके और गिफ्ट लेके चले जाएं. एक बहुत बड़ा बोझा भी है कंधे पे जो लेके आप जा रहे हैं. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much. I would like I would request our ED to felicitate our chief guest, Dr. Rajesh Tandon, please.
It's not only accepting our invitation to be the chief guest, but Dr. Rajesh ji, his contribution to the civil society for over 50 years is tremendous. Many of us at what point of time or another were part of Priya trainings. Yeah. I learned my fundamentals of monitoring and evaluation about some 25 years back in Priya, and that is where we all of us have grown. And there are many people, many organizations have branches out of Priya. So we want to, on behalf of IGSS, congratulate and our appreciation to Priya and to Sri Rajesh Tandon. Thank you so much. Dear Dr. Rajesh Tandon, the President of IGSS, Vice President, past and present members of IGSS General Body and Governing Body, I see plenty of our national organization directors and chairpersons, and many of our collaborators, funding partners, and especially very pleased to see good number of our old staff. They are not old, but they are gold staff, and then we still cherish. Yeah. So some of them have left during my time. Some of them have, many of you or even before. So it's a wide variety of IGSS staff and partners. So once again, on this occasion, happy to see that you are taking part in our joy and celebration. It's a historical moment in any organization life. 60 years. Usually when people reach 60, we say it's a time for retirement. But there are also people say that maturity begins around that time, so you begin to start understanding life and move forward. I hope this is an historical moment. IGSS as an organization is a testimony of a journey of joys and struggles. So 60 years is also full of struggles and joys. 60 years is also full of failures and successes. 60 years is also full of decisions not made and decisions made. But it's a journey full of learnings and adaptations in our aspiration to be relevant to the challenging times and realities. From the humble beginning 60 years back, when IGSS was conceived and began its work with few people in a single room in a school, St. Xavier's School, Rajnivas Marg, until today, the story of IGSS is a transformative changes in the lives of people we encountered. And 60 years is a story full of transformative changes. Our 60 years, or the 6 decades, have been characterized by resilience, adaptation, and more importantly, partnership. This whole institution is built on the principles of partnership. And we still continue to learn from this partnership, which is through this partnership in enabling communities in their transformation. The contribution of IGSS is very modest, I would say, but it's an impactful work in these 60 years. We have chosen this celebration with a theme. The second line I would take, my vice president and president have talked about the spirit of humanity, and Dr. Rajesh Tandon dwelt on it, but I would focus on the second part, is the gratitude and recommitment. 60 years, if an organization is surviving, that needs to be celebrated. That's what the speaker has said. But this 60 years is possible only because of the numerous commitment and selfless work by hundreds and thousands of people in this institution. So on this occasion, as a director of this organization, it is my utmost duty to remember and cherish everyone who are part of this remarkable journey. First and foremost, the communities who are generous enough to give an opportunity to work with them. Without these communities who accepted us, who allowed us to work with them, this journey of 60 years would not be possible. So we bow our heads and thank all those communities across India with whom we were able to work. As I said, the partners of Caritas, the partners of IGSS, is the backbone of this entire institution. So we have built upon this organization in these partnership principles. So without these partners, who are our source of immense learning and new ideas, we would not have flourished this much. So I thank all the partners. In the last 60 years, we would have worked with thousands of partners, small, big. Some small partners with whom we started in a small have grown big and big institutions today. So for all of them, we are very grateful. For all our donors, both present and past, for their trust and their commitment and their willingness to journey with us, and also for various governments at various states who are working with us, we are also very grateful. We also place on record our gratitude to the members of the governance of IGSS who have steered over the years, especially the presidents who anchored the ship when we faced tsunamis. There are many tsunamis in the last 60 years. It is these presidents of IGSS who have anchored this ship and then enabled us to there. You have seen there are photographs of all these past presidents. There are nearly 12 of them who have, right from the beginning, who have been steering this ship. And especially all my predecessors. There are 7 people before me who have been as the main pillars of IGS's story. Each one of them brought in new perspectives during their term. If you look back history, the history very clearly shows every director in IGSS have brought in new ideas, new vision, new perspective. I think it is the directors who have shaped this organization, and especially my special thanks to my immediate predecessor, with whom I thought I would work at least for 3 to 4 years as a deputy director, enjoy my life, but it was hardly 2 weeks that I had to take over. So, Joseph, thank you so much. Also, this institution for 60 years is possible because it is also built on various systems and structures and procedures. I must, in my last 10, 11 years, I have worked with 2 audit firms. I can tell you, the auditor is here, that my staff don't like you. Across, including finance team, including especially the program people. And for me, that is a good sign. We have a very, very highly competent auditors who tell us what is good and what is not good. And it's because of this right choice of auditors. We have our legal consultant. Sometimes we get irritated with our legal consultant because he tells his truth. He tells us, Mr. Nelson, please do it. If you don't do it, no. So, Mr. Dice, thank you so much, because it is a selfless service. We are not paying you so much, but your commitment to the organization for the last so many years, especially I know your special contribution in 2008 with Joseph in streamlining the organization. We are really grateful to you, sir. Yeah. Finally, it's the staff of IGSS who played and continue to play the main role in this beautiful journey. Some of us come and go, but it is the staff of this organization who are present, past. So we have today we have a beautiful gathering of staff. We have Mr. M.O. Peter, who was one of the first few staffs who started quite early and served for 20 years. So and then we have people like Sally, who had seen numerous numbers of presidents and directors, and people used to say staff used to be afraid of Sally than the directors. No, yeah. But that's the passion with which people have been part of this organization. So I hear a lot of good stories of all the old staff who have really contributed, who have built in. We have Rajesh Upadhyaya, who also spent 20 years. So there was another person who spent 20 years, another person who has 20 years. There could be many more who have spent in IGSS more than 20, 25 years. Your prime time, your entire life in this organization, you have contributed. If we are today, it's not because what we are today. If we are today what we are, it is also because of people like you and your dedicated work. And we are really grateful, and whenever we also invite people, the staff, old staff of IGSS, all of you are very grateful and happily come, and we feel this as a family. If I have missed anyone, because it's an opportunity to thank everyone. If I have missed anyone, to all of them, my heartfelt thanks and gratitude. Our future is built on this gratitude. So anyone who forgets the past, thinks that today is because of me, is going to fail very soon. Yeah, it is the past and those who, the founding fathers who have built the organization needs to be always remembered, gratefully acknowledged, and we need their blessings to move forward. Friends, looking forward, we are also prepared to welcome the future with all possibilities and opportunities. It's our vision extends beyond the horizon, powered by steadfast alliance to our fundamental principles and values. We have been reflecting in the last 1 year or so on what is the future of IGSS, where do we want to move in the next years and come. And then we are looking at some of the ideas in which we are already working, but we want to work on it. One, we want to continue to be on work on innovative solutions. The challenges are becoming complicated, so old solutions will not be suitable anymore, but you need to adapt yourself and come with new ideas, new innovative solutions with all technology-driven, data-driven work, and this is something where we are committing ourselves for the future. Today's world, today's civil society requires collaboration and network and partnership, and this collaboration needs to be fully founded on the principles of equality and respect to one another and learning from one another. IGSS commits itself to become a more collaborative organizations in the coming years. We also commit ourselves for an empowerment through decentralization and localization. In the new scenario, we are also visualizing, if not today, in the next 5 years, 8-10 IGSS across different states, which will become independent in its own programs and which are closer to the realities. A centralized Delhi-based organization is good, but we also need organizations which are very closer to the reality, which are independent, which have freedom to think and develop its own programs. I think this is what we are also committing ourselves to. Sustainability and environmental stewardship is also an area in which we want to continue to work. And we also commit ourselves to continue our work on social equity and inclusion, and vigorously work on youth who would be the future of this organization. So we are committing ourselves to work on the youth, and as the last 2 days have suggested, the future is also on how do we build resilience and how do we become locally resourceful organizations. So how gradually we become an institution which continues its work with local resources. These are some of the areas in which we are working through our new strategic plan, and we want to commit ourselves in this process. So 60 years of experience should give us further strength and hope to move forward. Friends, I also take this opportunity to thank Dr. Rajesh Tandon, our chief guest for today. Dr. Rajesh Tandon is also something which we should admire. Someone who has done BTech in IITs to become a leader of civil society is stories of past. I hope in the future generation also people who come out from IITs and MBAs also come into civil society to contribute. And sir, thank you so much for accepting our invitation and to be the chief guest, and we were really empowered by your thoughts, what you have shared. Thank you so much. Our special thanks to friends who have joined from Germany online, and also my special thanks to all distinguished guests, members of governance, friends, colleagues, and all partner organizations, donors, all my friends who have accepted our invitation to come. So thank you so much for all your presence, because your presence here means a lot. Your presence gives us strength and hope that we will continue. All my colleagues and the team IGSS, for your wonderful organization and efforts, and meticulous planning and a good teamwork to ensure this event went on well. 2 days of great work. Thank you, all my colleagues and team IGSS. Thank you. As we embrace the future with optimism and aspiration, let us remember that the foundation of our success is built upon the devoted contribution of every member of IGSS family, present and past. Your passion, dedication, and unwavering support have been instrumental in bringing us to this momentous milestone. While commemorating our history, let us also unite our collective dedication to shape a future that truly reflects our values and our aspirations. A journey shared, role profound, 6 decades past with purpose found. Looking ahead, let us pave the way 60 more years of brighter days, and with grateful optimism. And once again, thank you so much for all your kind presence and being with us this day. This is really wonderful. Thank you so much, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Nelson. And here we are concluding this program, but this is also the starting of the, as Nelson said, next 60 years of bright hope that we talk about, and look forward to be collaborating, each of us together, working together with IGSS. Before we end, I just want to see everyone this side. First segment is the history lane, where we have talked about, tried to capture few glimpses from the last 60 years, which you all can see. And the second segment, what we are today, our programs, our outreach, and also our donors. So I would like, after we close, everyone please go and see. And there's a board outside which is expression. I would request everyone, please write your messages for us. We really want to have those messages and keep them with us. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And of course, dinner is there served outside. Thank you so much. पार्टनर्स अपना प्लीज आप अवार्ड्स बाहर रिसेप्शन डेस्क से कलेक्ट करें. थैंक यू.